So good morning, everybody. Last night I went to Charlie Beinlich Food and Tap, and I do want to mention that it was actually a really great day for me, one of the best days of my life because there was an anime convention. Yuki Kajora was playing, and once in a lifetime. And also, I've been to Paradise Pub. I've been to Billy Goat Tavern. This is my first time looking at some other restaurants that are in Hamburger America in the Illinois area. So I was happy to go to Charlie Beinlich. I do want to mention a little bit about the history of Charlie Beinlich, that it's a 3-generation restaurant, and the grandparents and the parents were really big into fishing. If you go into the restaurant, you can see a lot of the fish that they caught, and they do prioritize having a very old-fashioned restaurant, like, the way it was, for people generations ago. It looks the same way nowadays, so it was definitely really cool, just that it feels very, very vintage. One of the problems with that, and one thing I don't like about this restaurant, is that it's cash only, and they also don't post the menu prices, and I'm not sure why it's like that. I'm not sure if it's supposed to look fancy, or maybe that was something that started a long time ago where people don't post prices, but you don't want to order a bunch of food and be like a little caught off guard. But also too, I'm not big about restaurants that are cash only because we live in 2026. We don't live in 1946. The other thing is that there's a little story about the restaurant is that it used to be a tavern where people would order drinks. So Charlie Beinlich, what he would do is that he would be like, okay, since everybody's ordering drinks, I'm gonna be nice to my customer, give them a bunch of cold cuts. Just to compliment the fact that they were getting a bunch of drinks for him, and that buying a bunch of drinks from the restaurant. And then what happened later on was that they decided to open a kitchen, and they started to serve burgers, and that really, really took off. The other thing about the restaurant is that in this part of Chicago, there's a lot of highway. And during the 1950s, there was a lot of suburban expansion in the United States. So, there was a lot of houses being built. There was a lot of malls being built. There was, that 1950s America where people were moving to suburbs and baby boomer generation. So there was a lot of need for construction people. So a lot of the construction people, during their lunch hour or during their end of the shift, they would just come here and get food. So they just built a really good fan base. I got the meat chili. It was definitely very tangy, and it worked well with the crumbly cheese in it. I wish I asked for sour cream. But I asked for the I asked for the bowl, so it was super, super large, and it took a while to get through it, and it was actually worth my time because they said that they were very busy tonight, so it took me maybe 20-30 minutes to get my food, which is not really good. Restaurant time is 15 minutes for your main course, but I understand if it's super busy that night, and they just opened a patio, and they had people outside, so they had to be over 100 people. But I really enjoyed the chili, and when it came to the burger, I ordered the 3/3 burger, the one third pound burger. I ordered with grilled onions because grilled onions are delicious, and I ordered with bacon. You can't have a burger without bacon. And then I ordered with cheddar cheese because that's the best cheese ever, bitches. So I have a lot of good things to say about the burger. So when it comes to my favorite burgers of Chicago, this ties in second place. My number one favorite burger for right now is Paradise Pub. And then my second favorite is a tie between Top Notch Burgers and Charlie Beinlich's. Billy Goat Tavern, I'm not really a big fan of their burgers because they're too thin. But what I loved about this burger is that it was definitely very, very thick, and I actually couldn't finish the burger. And that's what I want from a burger, is that it has to feel heavy. It has to feel like, well, one burger is enough. This is not White Castle where you have a bunch of sliders. This is not McDonald's where, you have two double cheeseburgers, two triple cheeseburgers. It is enough for you. Also, the presentation was good. I really love looking at the burger. Nice amount of bacon on it. I love the cheddar cheese on it. Nice yellow color, and the grilled onion was great. It was definitely moderately greasy. It wasn't something where I would say it was bad or anything like that. But what I expect from a burger is for it to be greasy. And the other thing that I will say is that it was definitely hefty, and I want burger to fill me up. The other thing too is that all the ingredients work together. Like I tasted the onions on it. Grilled onions taste very flavorful. Tasted the cheese. When you order a cheeseburger, you expect to taste the cheese. When you order bacon on a cheeseburger, you expect to taste the bacon. You expect to taste the bacon. So everything on that burger existed. And that's important because bad restaurants are like, well, as I said before, like when I was at Billy Goat Tavern, it's like you bite into a burger and you just taste cheese and bread. You don't really taste the meat really. The old expression, "Where's the beef?" Or sometimes, if you go to restaurants and you put like so many ingredients on a burger, you taste the burger patty but nothing else, right? That's not good. You have to taste everything you put on there. I would kind of say that another thing too was that with the customer service, it cost me $42 for 2 beers, a chili, and a burger with bacon and grilled onion. So $42 is a good price. I actually left like a $8 tip because everyone was really nice there and very respectful, and they also were cool with me filming. So it came to $50. The other thing that I would say is that I really think that it's very bad that they don't like post the menu prices because people gotta know how much they're ordering. Because I won like the lottery, I won like $100, but I was down to like $67 in my wallet. So I was like, you know what, I had to ask them in the middle, am I going over or whatever? Because I was gonna order some dessert. But I was too filled for dessert, really. But I would say Charlie Beinlich's Food and Tap, excellent place. I want to come back here every single time. It's also a little unfortunate that it's very far from the O'Hare Airport. It's like, if you want to go here, it's going to cost you like $70 round trip by Uber. But, definitely it's worth it, I would say. And yeah, really, really happy that I made the venture out here and tried, another recommendation in George Motz's Hamburger America.